In this third part of our inventory series, we will be discussing how to perform a full inventory using the Mandarin M5 module. In order to carry out our inventory, we will need to collect the barcodes for all of the items in the library. We do this by scanning the barcodes into Notepad documents like the one shown on screen. There are a few ways we can achieve this. If your library has a tricoder, you simply go to the shelves and scan the barcodes and then empty those into the Notepad document. You can also use your circulation or cataloging barcode scanner, attach it to a laptop computer, and scan into a Notepad document. Or take the books or items by batches to your counter and scan the barcodes into the document. It is recommended that you separate the documents by collection. For example, you could have a document with the barcodes for the 000s, the 100s, another for fiction, and so forth. You could also group arrange into a document, like 000s to 500s, for example. The idea behind this is, if for some reason something goes wrong with a barcode document, you don't lose everything, but rather a portion which is easier to recover from than losing a document with the whole inventory. Once you have your barcode files ready, it's a good idea to check the amount of barcodes contained within them, as well as if there are any errant barcodes in these. To check the amount of barcodes in the file, it's quite easy. There should be a status bar at the bottom. If there isn't, simply click View and select Status Bar. You'll see the status bar here. And from there, scroll to the bottom of the file and click on the last barcode. There you should see LN221. That would be basically the last line in the file, which should concur with the last barcode in the file. Also, checking any errant barcode, simply scroll slowly in the file and you can see anything you see that doesn't line up, such as these, which you can simply select them, delete them, don't leave any empty lines, and then you can click the save file. That way you make sure that you'll have a good barcode file that won't throw off any errors once the inventory is run. One point we wish to stress is that you should not circulate any items while conducting the inventory, since this might mark items out on loan as missing. Now, once we have our barcode files, we can go to inventory to process these. Once in the inventory module, we'll click on Do Inventory. On the following screen, select the call number type your library uses, whether it's TUI or Library of Congress. Leave the other options at their defaults and click Next. Now we will go ahead and upload our barcode files. We do this by clicking Upload Barcodes from File, click Choose File, and in the Open window, select the barcode file and click Open. Now click OK. As of the creation of this video, files can only be uploaded one by one. We are working on changing this in order to allow you to upload a whole batch of barcode files. So now we continue uploading our barcode files, repeating the process previously described. Once you're done uploading, click Next. For now, we'll be ignoring call number ranges as this function pertains to partial inventory, which we'll be discussing on the next video. So let's click on Run Inventory. When the system is done processing, we're taken to the inventory summary. In the library statistics section, the first item listed is the number of scanned barcodes. This is the number of barcodes fed to our inventory through the files we previously uploaded. Next, we have the number of bibliographic records entered in our database, which is a total of 12,269. Below that, we're shown the number of non-deleted holdings, which is 13,332. Here, we start noticing a discrepancy between what's been entered in the database and the amount of barcodes uploaded for this inventory. And then we have the number of holdings in selected range. For the full inventory, this number is similar to the number of non-deleted holdings, but aside from not counting the holdings marked for deletion in the database, holdings without a barcode in the 852 field subfield P will also be discounted from this statistic. From the library statistics, we jump to our inventory results. The first item listed is the number of newly missing items, which are 2. This refers to holdings found in the database but were not found in the barcode files uploaded. If the price for the item has been entered into the 852 field, subfield 9 of the holding records, the total cost of the newly missing items will be shown below. Next up, we have our number of missing items. This lists the barcodes missing from the upload, like the number of newly missing items, but it'll also list holdings previously marked missing in your database. If we click on it, we'll get a detailed listing of those missing items. We can also mark these items as missing as well as download those barcodes to a file. The number of invalid barcodes, in a sense, could be described as the opposite of number of missing items. In other words, these are barcodes that were found in the files uploaded but not in the database. This can be due to a couple of reasons. Among these, a holding record was never created for the item, the barcode label on the item might be wrong, or the barcode in the holding record could have extra characters, wrong numbers, or spaces at the beginning or end. As with the missing barcode listing, these can be exported to a file as well. Number of loaned shelved items refers to items found in the uploaded barcode file having an open transaction such as a loan. This may happen if an item returned by a patron is placed back on the shelves without having been checked in on the circulation module. The number of holding records without a barcode will simply tell us how many holdings have been entered into the database that were never assigned a barcode. Again, if we click on it, we can see a list with the titles to which the holding were assigned to, making it easier for us to go back to our database and either assign a barcode to the holding, or, if it was entered by mistake, remove it. Finally, we have the number of items on loan. In this case, the number coincides with the number of loaned shelved items, but this might not always be the case. This number actually refers to all items out on loan, whether they are shelved or not. One more thing we wish to point out before we're done. You can get a description of the meanings for the items in the inventory results by clicking on the question mark icon. This will pop up a window with a short explanation of the listing. This concludes this video on how to perform a full inventory with Mandarin M5. In the final video of this series, we will explain how to perform a partial inventory.